Mail time. I am always trying to be better with money because I suck at it. So this mail time literally just consists of these batteries and this little keychain screwdriver. I didn't order this, but I guess they gave it to me for free. Hooray! So, hopefully, these are the right batteries that I've ordered this time. And if they are, I may order a couple more, just because, well, I mean, I did order a lot of the wrong battery. Pop it out. This looks far too thin to be the right battery. Oh no, this happened again. It's the completely wrong battery. Look at that, it doesn't fit at all. Oh. All that's happening now is I'm building a stockpile of the wrong batteries. I mean, these batteries are massive and don't even fit. I don't think I could even force them to fit because they're just physically too big. Oh, hey. I kind of just forced the battery to fit. Yeah. Finally got around to putting some batteries in this and powering it up. Not that there was any reason why I couldn't have, though, I guess, okay. So let's quickly add this device to my Zigbee network. Oh, it added faster than what I could have picked my phone up. But there you go. So there's the device being added to my Zigbee network, being configured. I'm going to label this B3. Not because it's the third one or anything like that. I just wanted to pick some sort of arbitrary label, which will hopefully help me in the far future or something when I need to identify this specific one. And I'll make sure that B3 is at the end of this device's name. Because it does temperature and humidity, I will be calling it T and H. And then I'll have B3, and in between that is where I will label it as to where it is in the house, or, you know, sort of what it is more specifically doing. So let's have a look at the temperature. Right now it says that it's at 26.6 degrees Celsius. It's not quite that hot, but it is a little bit warm in here at the very least. Here's my second one with its very tight-fitting battery in there. Tighten that in. B4. In case I haven't mentioned it anywhere else in this video, I am currently sick. I am slowly getting over it. I was hoping that I would just get over it in the weekend, but I've now been sick for 6 days. It's been quite a rough cough, really hurts my throat. I probably needed antibiotics for it to be over a bit quicker, but oh well, guess not. So instead, I'm just sort of riding through this wave and hoping my job will accept that I am not able to attend work for an extended period of time. I do have a doctor's appointment, but everybody seems to be getting sick like this, so my doctor's appointment isn't until next week. So that's the earliest, unless I pay 6 times what my doctor's appointment price is, then I can force my way in to waiting in line to get in today, most likely, which just doesn't really work for me. That's a really high price for just to get some antibiotics. So I'm writing it out. And just delivered another package. This is a very specific cable I wanted, a nice and short XLR cable which has this 90-degree bend at the end. This is so that it plugs into a microphone and the cable comes straight down rather than it coming straight out, which adds tension to the microphone that I obviously don't want. So the microphone, it just plugs in like that, and then that in plugs in like that. It's specifically for this camera so that I can put a different microphone on it, which allows me to plug her in there, plug the XLR in there. So it turns out my key's flat for my car. My car key is flat, stopping me from being able to comfortably use my car. But I do have a ton of batteries, and I do have some other sizes as well. So let's see how easy it is to just change a battery in the car key rather than going to the shop and paying, I think it was $60 or $80 for someone to just change a battery. Okay, so take the key out of the key fob, get a screwdriver, try shove it in there, give it a twist to open it up. So far so good, and there it is. So it's a CR2032. Don't I have that? And I've got the CR2032. This is, okay, so far so good. Battery out. New battery in. Close the case. Door's locked. Unlocked. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's see. Look at that. It's no longer complaining that I've got a flat battery. Now it's just telling me the other normal stuff. Right. Today I'm looking at putting together this little kit. Now you might wonder, what is this assortment of things here? Well, let's break it down bit by bit. This is a simple money box. Little box people use to, I don't know, store a little bit of money in it, which has, not thick metal, but thick enough that you could probably give it a couple good whacks and it will not simply break. This is a Samsung SSD. More specifically, the Samsung 870 QVO 2TB SSD. This will be used for this little unit here. This is a 16-channel on-VIF NVR. So it just takes in network security cameras and saves the data to a specified drive that's been installed into it. And this is a PoE splitter. I get gigabit PoE into here, which outputs a gigabit network connection as well as 12 volts here, which is going to be used in order to power and supply data to this unit here. And all of that is going to be installed into this money box here. And this money box is going to be installed underneath the house in a difficult to get to location. This is my backup camera system. Now, the advantage of using this little kit here is that there are no moving parts, and this unit is passively cooled. Not to mention that that unit is entirely remotely controlled, or at least capable of being entirely remotely controlled. You can, of course, plug in a USB mouse, and there's HDMI, VGA, and even a headphone jack so that you can listen to the audio of the cameras. Since I have a Dremel, I thought this would be a good time to use it. Using the little cutting discs that come with it, I spent a lot of time on it because I'm not very good at cutting things with a cutting disc and Dremel. But in any case, I was able to measure up where I wanted the PoE splitter to be, cut a hole for it, and sit it reasonably flush with that hole so that it is accessible from the outside of the box. Oh, gosh. That's made a hell of a mess. and that definitely wasn't worth it. Oh, metal filings absolutely everywhere, all over all my desk, all over this camera, which is probably not very good for this magnetic gimbal. Let's hold off on that sort of thing for future projects, shall we? Let's stick to plastic. We're going to need to get some super glue for this. I'm not entirely convinced that hot glue would be the best glue to use here, though I think I will use it in combination with it. Jumping on my bike, I head out down to one of the local stores and search through the aisles for some super glue. Heading back with my newly purchased super glue, which I'm probably going to waste, I then get to work on checking out my hot glue gun, which is continuously giving me problems, on top of the problems I cause for myself. Oh, that is so hot. Okay, I'm paying attention now. With that glue asserted dominance, I then stop fiddling around with the hot glue gun and move on to super gluing the PoE splitter in place. Following that with some reinforcement hot glue to help ensure that everything's going to sit and stay in place. Following locking that in place, I then cut out a bit of plastic to go on the bottom of the NVR card in order to protect all the circuit solder points on the bottom to stop any sort of electrical arcing that could potentially damage the circuit. I then end up deciding that loose is best. I may have mentioned earlier there are no moving parts in this little build here, other than the lock. So I'm just going to set it all in there and lock it up like that. And even then, not much is moving around. Only thing that makes this different from one you can buy from the shop is, oh, there's a network port on the side. I wonder what that does. So now this is a gigabit network port with PoE, which is able to run and power this little network video recorder, or NVR, that is in here, and this will connect to all my OnVIF security cameras. This will be my hidden secret backup system. Now this box is already basically programmed up, but for a bit of a long-term test, I'm going to leave this set up here in the wardrobe, plugged in, and, well, honestly, we'll just see how long it survives, I guess. Hey, oh. Hey, and it's powered up. Now, as mentioned, it's not gigabit, so it's not registering as gigabit, which is exactly as expected. But I don't know, I guess I'm giving it some overhead so that it definitely should, I hope, work. As you can see, it's got its little network indicator light on, and, well, it's also on the switch end. Let's just slot this in there a little deeper and put the cable up a bit. That's not suspicious, is it? Okay, Chrome is not happy showing it, so we're going to use Internet Explorer. The old one, where we go Internet Options, then we go over to Programs, Manage Add-ons, then we go down here to Find More, I think? No, sorry, Learn More, which opens up the original Internet Explorer, which I can then type in the IP address, and... oh, well, Chrome's decided to work for it now. And we're all connected, and I could probably even see video. But let's adjust all of the settings in here to actually use the security cameras that I have set up. And there we go. It's all set up with all my cameras. These are the only two I'm going to show, though. Actually, I will also show the garage camera. There you go. That's that little box set up and ready to go. I'm going to leave it sitting there for about a week or two, or however long I end up forgetting about it, and it's sitting there for, and then I'm going to be installing it underneath the house, and I might give a short 5-second clip of that in a future video.